Is my audio on? It appears to be... Oh, we lost the die roll. Alright, here we are. Game 1 of... Well, round 1 of 5 rounds of this modern league, playing Blue-White Ring. Played one league with this previously, was able to 5-0 it, and I figured I'd run it back and do a little record of the league. I'm not streaming this or anything, so this is just playing a league, and here it is for you. I don't even know if I'm going to cut it. We'll see. This hand on the draw, we can deal with turn 1 rags. It's going to be at a card deficit, but that's fine. And then counterspell, could maybe curve it to Fury. No rings, but that's no sweat. There's 4 of them in the deck. I think this hand's fine. I think we could, on the play, I'd be worried about making our 3rd land drop, but this seems fine on the draw. I'll give it a shot. Probably Scalding Tarn fetches for... We've got a Binding, so Zagoth Triome. That way we can cast Binding for 2. Opponent goes Arid Mesa fetch, so it could be burn. That would be not Pog. Okay, it's burn. Maybe if this Goblin guy draws us a bunch of lands, it'll actually probably be fine. We'll have to see. I'm not sure how the burn... Traditionally, Blue-White... Oh, we found an island. Sweet. Traditionally, Blue-White has a fine time playing into burn. But with all the rings in the deck and a lack of Archmage's Charm, we're down a little bit of permission. We do have Force of Negation in the 3 copies of it in the 60 here, which seems like it'd be pretty good. We don't mind working on a card deficit at all with 4 copies of the ring in the deck. Right now, they're not giving us priority back, but I'm strongly considering actually pitch casting the Solitude, because I don't know how good this verdict is ever going to be. If I was on the play, I definitely wouldn't do that, but since I'm on the draw, I think I want to conserve as much life total as possible. So I think I will just pitch Supreme Verdict to exile that Goblin Guide. If I was on the play, I think I could utilize this counterspell a little bit better to keep my head above water, and then resolve this Solitude, hopefully with this Teferi already in play, in above 3 loyalty, so I could attack with Solitude, gain the life, they can't respond because of the Teferi, I bounce it, and we're good to go. But for now, we're just going to stay at 24 as long as possible, because this Scalding Tarns are going to put us down at 19, and then I'm sure they've got some number of Monastery Mentors or other Goblin Guides, along with a billion Bolts and Boros Charms and yada yada yada. Alright. Yep, nothing really changes. We just play Tarn and pass. Wait, am I insane? What's happened here? Oh, I see. For a second, I was like, how am I at 6 cards in hand right now when I pitch cast Solitude? Even on the draw, I should be on 5, but that Goblin guy definitely just drew me a land, which is pretty good. Wooded Foothills. They don't have another creature. We might be in pretty good shape here. Let's see how smart our burn player is. I'm going to fetch here, and if they respond by fetching and doing something to me, I'm just going to assume they have no clue what my deck does. They didn't. We still want Zagoth Triome, I'm pretty sure. You know, at this point, we've got another fetch. I think we'll actually grab Ragran, and if we need to Leyline Binding, we'll find the Zagoth with Windswept. Although I highly doubt I'm going to need to do that. This is actually the turn where maybe I just play my island out. Although if I want to play my Teferi, I want to use my island for that. So maybe I just like... I'm probably not going to counterspell their first burn spell. So let's just play a Windswept Heath and pass. Windswept probably get Zagoth. I wouldn't be surprised if they like fetch and Boros Charm me here. It also might be right to do what they're doing, which is nothing. One of the things really good burn players will do in matchups like this is they'll hold most of their burn magic, keeping their hand size really high, and in the mid game they'll start to unload like 2-3 burn spells at once to overwhelm the counter magic. But Solitude kind of messes with that, and so does the ring for that matter. Let them declare attacks, but I am interested in just using my bindings when they're good. They only play like maybe 10 permanents, so our bindings don't have a ton of targets, and there's already 2 in my hand, so I need to get them. I need to cash these in as fast as possible. Goodbye. Bye. Bye. Tapped out. Maybe they Boros Charm me. Maybe they play a Roiling Vortex if they have that in the main. It's a Vortex, which is fine. We don't really care a lot about that right now. We might even just be able to ignore it here. Like, I could Teferi bounce the Vortex, but it's just going to re-resolve. So I think it's actually better to just go Island and ignore any burn magic because I'm still at 17. We'll just drop Teferi, and I'm going to tick it up. And then I'll bounce the Vortex next turn if I need to. That way I can counter it on the way back down, or I can just Binding it at some point. But at this point, this is the exact game state I was talking about, where on the play I wouldn't really want to pitch cast the Solitude, because with this Teferi in play, I could now be playing towards just like splashing the Solitude at their end step, attacking, gain 3, bounce with the Teferi, and do it again. Alright, I'm not going to subtlety a Goblin Guide. They're down to 2 cards in hand. Come on, Goblin Guide, get me another land. Yes! You love to see it. It's me, right? Yeah, they're attacking me. It's probably just correct to ignore my Teferi. Skewer the critics, yeah, that's good. And they've got 2 Cracklands, so they're actually not in the worst shape, but I like my positioning better than theirs right now. Got this little counterspell in my hand. I think we're going to... Another Binding, that's actually quite good. With this counterspell, there's just no way I'm going to be flashing in Subtlety. The Whirling Vortex costs more to play, so I think I want to pick up the Vortex, play Hallowed Fountain, taps, pass, plan to Binding the Goblin Guide after attack, so if I have a land, I can get it. Maybe then it makes sense to play the Flooded Strand. That way, if I don't like the card that's on top, I can use the Goblin Guide's trigger to my advantage. But we'll just -3 on this Whirling Vortex right now. We can't let that just sit and play forever. Reprieve, kind of a counterspell. Yeehaw. Thanks, Domain. Baja Blast. What are you tapping your mana for? Are you going to crack a Crackland? Okay, that makes sense. I thought they were going to try to cast a spell through it to Teferi. People do that all the time. They just forget how cards work. So their hand is Whirling Vortex and 3 mystery cards. Alright, Goblin Guide. Show me more lands, dude. Declare attack. Trigger the Goblin Guide. I will not stop you. And it is a Force of Negation. Not the worst. I think I won't fetch. I think I will take that. But I'm also just not interested in taking any damage here. I'm at 11. I need to counter that Whirling Vortex on the way down, which I imagine they'll try to cast here. Yeah, so we're just gonna... Now, what's interesting here is we could actually... That's kind of weird. I could Binding the Whirling Vortex next turn, just take 1, and then continue to have Counterspell plus Reprieve. Reprieve, however you would pronounce that card name. Maybe that's just correct. Yeah, I think I'm fine taking 1 here, actually. Like I was saying, most of these burn decks, the existence of Whirling Vortex means they almost certainly don't have access to Eidolon of the Revel. So that means I'm dealing with like 4 Goblin Guides, 4 Monastery Mentors, or Swiss Spears, and like 2 to 4 Whirling Vortexes depending on the build. But here, I'm not going to do it on... I'm not going to cast the Leyline Binding now because I'll let their cards do more work for me. We'll just let the Vortex deal 1 more damage to them. I'm never going to shock in this Hallowed Fountain, so we'll just pass. At this point, we just want to draw like Omnath or the Ring, and we're going to be pretty well out of range. Yes, take 1. Love it. What cost 1? You're gonna spike me. No? I don't think so. Maybe I'll let the spike go. I'm not even sure. I'll let the spike go. I think 7's fairly safe. I'm probably gonna hold off on fetching for as long as I can though, so I'm not in like bolt range. Counter argument. I could... No, I can't flash in Subtlety and take out Whirling Vortex, so I don't think I will do the whole Subtlety thing. We'll just Binding the Vortex. Now that I'm at 7, pretty much anything they put on this stack, we're going to counter, though. Like, I'd counter a Lightning Bolt right now. Alright. Solitude? Wow. It actually is Solitude. Okay, this is very good news. I don't know how we lose anymore. We just tick up Teferi and pass, and then, presuming they don't put enough damage on the stack to kill us and we don't have to interact with counter magic, we're just going to flash in Solitude and do that whole play I was talking about, where we attack with our Solitude and bounce it. Very, very, very good play. 3 Fairy, putting them on sorcery speed is also just working wonders for us. There's no surprises. Lava Spike me. Well, that doesn't kill me, so we'll take it. Funnily enough, if they Boros Charm me, or do something to deal lethal here, Whirling Vortex. So here's how we're gonna play this. I'm gonna pitch cast this Force of Negation, pitching Subtlety. Alright, they don't have the land, so we're not worried about them bolting us. Now we can go to 3, because we're going to go back up to 6. We're just going to get the Solitude into play now. We'll get a basic Plains. And then boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, white. Who cares, white. Here's a Solitude. What's up, dude? The Whirling Vortex, they don't have the mana, but they could have, activated it. We can't gain life. That would have messed up our game plan, but we're good. And now it's my turn. And I might not even pick up my Solitude. I have 2 pieces of permission. I actually think I'm going to just leave Solitude in play. It exposes it to Searing Blaze, but which is, deal landfall, deal 3 damage to a creature, 3 damage to a player. But I'll Reprieve it, and then if they have the second land and they try to cast it again, I'll counterspell it, and we'll just keep getting life off Solitude. Life will be good. Meaning that I think this Teferi wants to go up again. Alright, opponent, how do you win? This is funny. This is the Ring blue-white control deck, so I've got access to like Omnaths and the rings and stuff, but so far this has played out just like stock blue-white. So there's the Searing Blaze we knew was coming. I'm going to Reprieve it. They can put that back in their hand, I'll draw a card, and then when they tap out, because I imagine they're just going to do it again, I'll counterspell it, and then I might literally just go Misty Rainforest, fetch, buy, and play Kahira, gain 4. Oops. I had it all along, dude. Counterspell Searing Blaze. Easy. They already made land drop. This should be a good game. If I were them, I'd actually just concede here. I don't think they can win. Flooded Strand. Not awesome, but that's fine. You know, we can do some really cool stuff here. I'm going to go Flooded Strand, fetch, go to 5. Grab me a... Doesn't really matter, an island. I'll go do. I'm going to pick up this Kahira. Add that to my hand. I want to cast it, so I need a green, a white, and a who cares. Head into combat, attack them for 4. I will go up to 9. No combination of 2 cards can kill me from there. Oh, they see it. The play after that was I'm going to bounce my Solitude with Teferi to get my card. That way, like, a second Searing Blaze doesn't do the job. All right, so we just beat Burn game 1. Going into game 2, I'm looking at Aethergust and Dovin's Veto as being, like, pretty good selections. Dress Down, not great. Really only has text against, like, Goblin Guide, and even at that, it's not very good. Blood Moon, just not very good. Force of Vigor, kind of not bad. Can deal with Roiling Vortex, which I think is, like, the only artifact or enchantment we're worried about out of Burn, but not quite enough. We've got Prismatic Ending, we've got Leyline Binding, we've got Counter Magic, so no. These all seem like home runs. Wear Tear, same thing, and then Chalice of the Void. I'm going to be on the draw this game, but if I lose, I might consider 1 or 2 of these, just because Chalice on 1 is quite effective in the matchup. Now, what don't I want? I don't think 4 copies of Supreme Verdict are doing me any favors. I don't think Narset has text in this matchup. And I kind of like everything else. Maybe Subtlety is a little bit clunky. Maybe something like this. This is not my build. This is Anzid and some. I think he works with George Jabor, but this is their list. I'll leave the full list in the description if you're interested. Kahira, obviously. How else am I going to cast my Solitude for free? Okay, we've got Solitude, Ring, plus Force of Negation. Nothing to pitch to either of our free spells, and the Ring's a 4-drop. We have to mulligan this hand. There's absolutely no way we can justify keeping this. Especially now that we have 4 counter spells, Reprieve, and 3 Dovin's Vetoes. That's just like, keeping a hand without castable counter magic just seems ludicrous. Alright, here's some castable counter magic. The mana looks good. The hard thing about this is I don't want to get rid of anything. Which I guess is always the case with solid 6s. We're definitely keeping Counterspell, definitely keeping Leyline Binding. It's between Teferi and the Ring, for sure. I think the Ring on the draw might be a little bit not as good. I could also get really ballsy and just pitch the island and assume I'm going to draw a 3rd land in the next 1, 2, 3 cards. Is that crazy? Am I crazy? I mean, they could start on Goblin Guide. I'll be crazy. Keep pitch island. Go. Please lead on Goblin Guide, please lead on Goblin Guide, please lead on Goblin Guide. It's a Goblin Guide, okay. This only matters if they find lands, but I can use Misty and Scalding Tarn to fetch if I don't like the top card of my deck. Prismatic Ending is not bad, although I think I'm going to let that guide hang out for a turn or 2. Cool. Alright, we'll just play Scalding Tarn, pass the turn. F6. Sunbaked. Get busy? Get busy. Trigger, find me land? Yes, okay, that's unfortunate. That's not the land we wanted, but that's okay. That would have been my fetch target, but I guess I can fetch for a Hallowed Fountain. Because I'm going to Prismatic this Goblin Guide anyway, meaning I'm not going to be able to have Counter Magic up. So, not the worst. Spike me, sure. This one's for sure going to be a Nailbiter. Let's go grab Hallowed Fountain tapped. Draw. Take this opportunity to get Ragran Triumph into play tapped. Make white take care of this Goblin Guide. It's already drawn us our land. We naturally drew our 4th land, so now we need to, like, we really need to concentrate on keeping our head above water and trying to get this Ring into play. Maybe do a little bit of Ring looping with Teferi to get us into the point where we can find either Omnath or Solitude, and that should stabilize us. But we are at 12, and that was only our 2nd turn. Monastery, cool. That exists. Please don't play another Monastery Swiftspear. I can handle you going like Bolt Monastery. That'll bring me to 3. But then they'll have like 1 card in hand and I'll have counter magic, so that'll be okay, probably. All right, what is it? Skewer? They didn't do anything? They have nothing? I find that hard to believe. Okay. I think this turn, instead of bothering with Teferi, we're going to put a Misty Rainforest into play. Yeah, we're going to put a Misty Rainforest into play. Because you don't have Zagoth out, there's no way we can like do Leyline Binding plus Counterspell. But I think we can just like plan to do one or the other and just try to stay informed. I'm imagining it's just going to be like Counterspell whatever they cast, because there's no way they're going to like either, or they could cast something at end step here. Like if they Boros Charm me, I'll Counterspell that, because they've probably got Exquisite Firecraft, which it can't be countered if they have Spell Mastery, and I believe Spell Mastery is just 2 instants or sorceries. So okay, what do they do here? Bolt me? Oh, they crack Sunbit Canyon, so that's pretty sweet. That makes our Counterspell actually look awkwardly much better. This kind of makes me want to just handle the Monastery Swift Spear. If they're not going to do anything before damage, I think I won't though. Okay, they don't do anything. Weird. I'm skeptical. We'll get Zagoth Triome. Yeah, I suppose we don't actually need to do anything. I don't think casting Leyline Binding on the Monastery Swift Spear makes sense yet. Aether Gust is pretty good. Let's do Island, and let's just get this ring into play. You know, it'd be pretty sweet from our opponent Reprieve. If they reprieved this ring, that would be very cool. Not for us, but just like in general. Okay, this is the Trigger Resolve. If the Trigger resolves, I'm actually confused as to what my opponent could have now. Unless Burn started to play like Bone Crusher Giant or something. They still wouldn't be able to target me, so I suppose it wouldn't be very good. Riftbolt goes to exile? Oh my god, this Teferi is about to be so good. Well, I'll take a card. Another ring. You'd love to see it. I'll go to 8. That is an Omnath. I do not want to cast it without Teferi in play. So let's go ahead and make a Teferi. We'll start there. Nothing in response. Cool. We could do a couple of things here. I feel like maybe I should get my cards first. I could bounce the Swift Spear, but like it seems pretty low EV to bounce the Swift Spear, then have to crack the Rainforest to Counterspell or Aether Gust the Swift Spear. I think how I actually want to do this is, maybe it's not that bad to bounce the Swift Spear. This is kind of tricky. I'm very new to playing with the ring. This is like my second league ever played where like the ring is in my deck. I could always Binding the Swift Spear. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and activate the ring. Get a couple cards, and then use the Teferi to pick that ring back up. Get another card. We're going to a pretty massive discard step, but we won't need to worry about the ring dealing us a ton of damage. And now we know we have this land, so we can like not hurt ourselves to cast either Aether Gust or Counterspell, even though I'm fairly certain we're just going to be binding this Swift Spear if they attack us directly. Okay. Unless they like, don't do anything before combat. Like if they just go to combat and attack us for 1 with Swift Spear with this Teferi out, I'll probably just take the 1. I'm definitely pitching a ring. Then a land of some type, probably not a fetch, maybe Otawara. Something like that, yeah. Teferi being in play is really cool because this suspended Riftbolt just can't resolve because it needs to resolve at instant speed, and Teferi says you can't do that. Thanks, Teferi. Cool, dude. With this Teferi, ooh, they're kind of flooded too. That's really good for us. So they Skull Crack us. The big tricky here is, do I want to counterspell the Skull Crack or Leyline Binding the Monastery Swift Spear? Because if I Leyline Binding the Monastery Swift Spear, the Skull Crack resolves. They would need to, I don't think they have enough damage in their hand to kill me. I could be wrong there, but I do not think they have enough. Otherwise, the fact that Teferi resolved is like mind-boggling. So maybe we just let this Skull Crack happen, because if we counter the Skull Crack and they have, let's say, a Boros Charm, and they Boros Charm us for 4, then attack for 3, I guess we're still not dead. Even so, I think I'm supposed to let this go and just deal with the permanent that's going to threaten to continue to damage us. Maybe. They fetch. What does that mean, Exquisite? That's outstanding news. They have Exquisite Firecraft. I'm pretty cool going to 1 from the Exquisite, but I'm not cool dying to this Monastery Swift Spear. Yep, Firecraft resolves. Now what? That it? That's it. All right. This is the point in the game where it's just actually over. We'll go blue, white, red. That's red, green. Omnath. What's up, dude? I'm about to gain so much life. All right, there's Flooded Strand. We'll go to 5. Then we will tick up Teferi and pass the turn. There's really no reason to do anything else. Like, we could, but, well, wait a second. Maybe there is a reason to do something else, as nutty as it seems. I could always just fetch with Flooded Strand and cast the 1 ring I'll have protection from everything. So maybe it actually makes sense to get that into play. Ooh, what's better? I guess I can do that and hold up counterspell. Oh, this is messed up, you guys. This is pretty dark. We'll get a basic island. And then Omnath's second landfall trigger goes off, and we're going to get red, green, white, blue. And I'll just make a one ring. I don't know. Figure it out, opponent. It's already been ticked up. Yeah, just go. A tapped land, yeah, they just can't beat us. They're still playing the game for some reason. I don't know why that is. Now we will draw a card with the one ring. Cool. We'll go to 3 off of the one ring. This little partnership between one ring and Omnath is why this deck, I think, is so good. We'll tick this up, and then we lose life to the one ring, but then we play Misty Rainforest. We're going to go to 7. They concede. Okay, easy game 1 against Burn. Blue-white controls matchup against Burn has always been traditionally it's been very good, but it seems somehow even better. Okay, I shouldn't say somehow. Like obviously it's better with Omnaths, but I think the rings play quite well into the matchup as well. All right, going into game 2, playing against Mark. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. Oh, I'm playing on Travis. Travis Hawk. Some of you internet savvy people might know what that means. This is his MTGO account. He's got the all access, which is why I have rings. We're on the draw. We're going to reveal Kahira, and I'm going to look at this opening hand and realize things. I'm on the draw, so if our opponent opens on Ragavan, we're in deep dookie. I do not love hands that can't answer turn 1 Ragavans. This hand's also ringless. The one thing this hand has going for it is if our opponent's turn 1 isn't strong, we can handle every play in sequence after that. And maybe that's what we sign up for with a deck like this, because our mana's perfect. That's good. We've got Misty Rainforest plus Plains in our hand, so we're resilient to Blood Moon. I'm going to keep this hand, but just know that when I keep this and our opponent goes turn 1 Ragavan, it's going to get dark really, really fast. So that could just happen. Sunbaked Canyon, is it Burn again? Okay, back-to-back Burn. I guess we're going to see how good this deck really is against Burn. This hand also isn't great against Burn, to be fair. Although if they have like 2 if I can find a home for each of these bindings, it'll be quite good. But this Swift Spear is looking like it's going to deal at least 3 damage to us. Solitude, pretty great. Misty, we're not in threat of getting Blood Moon, so Misty needs to get Ragran. Scalding needs to get... Yeah, we need to deal with this Monastery Swift Spear as fast as possible. As a matter of fact, it might make sense to Solitude it depending on their play, so I'm not going to think too far in advance. I'm just going to play Misty and pass. We're going to go to combat. So now we have to play the game of, do I Solitude this Monastery Swift Spear? And then plan to hold up Counterspell. No. I think I can afford to take one more. If they play a spell and trigger Prowess, I will. But they don't. Now, obviously, they could have, like, screw the critics, and that sucks. But that just is what it is. They're playing Eidolon? In the year of our Lord 2023, you're playing Eidolon of the Great Revel? Alright, we'll grab Ragnar and Triome. I mean, this is, to be fair, pretty great. I don't love having to pitch cast this Solitude, which is where I think this is going. But I can, I don't really want to take a bunch of damage off their creatures. I need to get the board clear as fast as possible. But a line I have access to is just binding the Eidolon, pitch cast Solitude, the Monastery Swift Spear seems fine. But we'll see what they do. Because if they go to combat attack with both and don't do anything with the Swift Spear, I might be able to get away with just binding the Swift Spear, or binding the Eidolon, taking one off the Swift Spear, then binding the other. So they're going to play another Swift Spear. So this hand is just full of creatures. I guess we're not going to counter that. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, they're going to spike us with 3 in hand. Because they have 3 threats, I don't want to I don't want to use two of my answers to remove 1 threat. So we're going to play it kind of close to the edge here, unfortunately. And we're going to go to 10. I think the thing we need to answer right now is the Eidolon. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna go to 9 ultimately because we have to fetch for this line. We're gonna grab Zagath Triome and do the thing our deck does, which is cast Binding for 1 mana. Then we're gonna eat the Eidolon, and then I'll 6. I'll just take the 4, go to 9. Hopefully their hand isn't just bolt, 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 bolt. Force of Negation, kind of an okay pickup. If I had another blue card to pitch, I'd be much more ecstatic about it. We'll do a Plains and just pass, planning to eat a Swift Spear and counter whatever spell. And we need the Solitude to take us a good amount of the way. Drawing a blue spell at any point here is going to be quite good, because quite good. That's how you pronounce that. I feel like it wasn't, though, for some reason. Just because I can get Solitude in play and then protect it from a Searing Blaze. They get busy. I'm not interested in declaring any blocks or anything. If they're going to cast a spell, this is when they'd want to do it. Okay. Boros Charm me? What are we doing? Lightning Helix. Okay, so we're going to take this line of Binding, that thing, this thing, and Counterspell the burn spell and go to 7. In the next 2 turns, if you draw Omnath, I feel very happy. Narset, very bad in this matchup. Yeah, I feel like it's just Hollow Fountain tapped, clench our buttholes and hope. Because that gives us a blue card to pitch to Solitude. So we're probably on the like get Solitude and play train. And use Force of Negation to protect it and try to stabilize with the Solitude. Another Eidolon. Okay, we don't really super care about the Eidolons at all. Although it is a creature, we may be, if they attack with both, we might have to do that weird Flash and Solitude, eat one thing, block the other just to get the life. But it looks like it's going to work because they're on 2 lands and we have access to Force. I just don't want, I'm not playing any funny games. I'm going to fetch now just so I don't have to keep thinking about it, and then we'll pass. That'll leave us with a Binding in our hand, which like isn't the greatest, but it'll have to do. All right, here we go. Here's my Solitude. I think I'm going to Solitude the Swift Spear, that way they can't like double spell it out of Solitude being lethal. So we'll eat that. They haven't made a land drop yet, so Searing Blaze doesn't do what they need it to. Okay, they're gonna Skullcrack, which is actually phenomenal. Ooh. No, I'm glad I did that still. I just realized that I hit myself with the Eidolon by countering that Skullcrack. I'm gonna assume they don't have the land and just take 2. Am I that ballsy? Am I ballsy enough to just like take it? If they don't make a land drop, I think I win on the spot. Show me a burn spell, dude. Oh, they don't have it. Okay, we're in the money. Omnath. Oh my god. That's an Omnath. Shit. Well, blue, white, green, red. Omnath? Find fetch land? Live my life happily? Oh, and they concede. I didn't even need to find the fetch land. That was great. I couldn't have hoped for it to turn out better than that. Okay, so same thing as before. We'll drop like an Verdict plus a couple of Narsets and maybe a Subtlety. Get out of here. I'm not bringing you in. Where's that Subtlety? There it is. For just like this combination of cards. And call it a day. Okay, now we know we're playing against Burn. We don't have any counter magic. 2 Teferius doesn't do anything for us. This hand's ultimately too clunky to keep. We're just gonna pitch it. This one can deal with the turn 1 threat. It's got a Force of Negation. I can pitch cast Solitude. This hand is ultimately also kind of lukewarm, but I think that we're gonna keep it based on the fact that A, we don't want to go to 5, and B, we at least have some action against the early game. So we'll go keep and we'll pitch Island. This is a cool one. School at Water's Edge lets us untap our ring because it's legendary. All right, Goblin Guide. Replace my island, please. Get me a Plains. Close enough. Okay. Getting a Plains here is a little bit sus because if I draw a counterspell, it's like not that great. But I think ultimately I have enough lands. I'm not going to try to use this Goblin Guide to make my land drops this game, so I need to get it out of play so it doesn't deal a Boros Charm's worth of damage to my face. Another Goblin Guide. Come on. Good thing we found the second prismatic ending. Solitude. Okay, that's pretty great. We love having 2 Solitudes. Did they keep the... Nope, they did not keep the one land burn hand. Okay, they just pass. This turn is very sequenced. We just play this, tap that, eat that with a prismatic ending, and hit done. And then F6 our way out of here. Alright, they don't do anything. They're just passing. They're just straight up passing the turn, which seems kind of weird. I'm very suspicious of this. Zagoth Triome. I might actually be interested in cycling that. You know, I was probably just supposed to play the Zagoth Triome. Right now I was thinking about, like, what if I need to hardcast this Force of Negation, but I don't think... I'm at 15, I don't think I need to. So I think playing that School at Water's Edge didn't need to happen. I was probably supposed to play Zagoth Triome. Because I do have to concern myself with... We'll take the Bolt. With top-decking Omnath being good. And I only have 2 green sources in the deck. It's 1 Breeding Pool and 1 Zagoth Triome. So I think I also can't cycle it. Alright, we'll play it. No harm, no foul. It worked out okay. But if we drew Omnath there, we'd be a little sad. Go. What are they on the alpha plan of just like sling 1 burn spell at me at the end of each of my turns? Because it's not bad. Shock. Boros Charm me. I'll take a Lightning Helix. Right now I want to save my counter magic for the Roiling Vortex pretty badly. Also, I now have Blue Spell plus Force of Negation, so I can protect the Solitude now. Which is, as we've seen in the last few games, very good in this matchup. Alright, here's this. figure it out. I guess I could play Teferi. I think we're supposed to play Teferi. I think this Teferi actually means we can like take our favorite line of just like flash and solitude, attack, pick it up at Teferi. This does mean they're going to unload some burn magic on me, but like hopefully I can use the counterspell to keep above water. Obviously, if they have an Exquisite Firecraft, I have to think about Exquisite Firecraft pretty hard actually. So if they like Boros Charm me here, I might actually just like counterspell a Boros Charm. Because if they Boros Charm me, I go down to 5, and then Exquisite Firecraft can like... I guess it only brings me to 1, but it's too scary. I don't know how much of this I'm going to cut out, but I hate when your opponent does what my opponent's doing, which is just like taking infinite time to make a play. Yes, tap mana, yes. Skullcrack would bring me to 6. I'm good. I'm good, and so are you. We're not doing that. Going up. Go. They'd have to have land and 3 1-drop 3 damage spells to kill me here, and if I die to that, I guess we signed up for that with this play. Pretty hard. Our opponent once again is taking forever to make a decision, even though your decisions are deal damage to me or deal more damage to me, and you have to do it at sorcery speed because there's a Teferi in play. They found a land. Okay, Boros Charmy. That's pretty sick. I hate that for me. Very stinky. So we're at 2, meaning Exquisite Firecraft is like super duper lethal. Counterspell doesn't do it. I would have liked it if that was an Aethergust. Here we will take the Teferi up again, and we're gonna try really hard. We are super dead to a Firecraft here. I hope they don't have it. I hope they don't have it so I can 2-0 burn twice in a row. I don't like anything as much as I like 2-0ing burn. Is it Firecraft? That's 3 mana. Ugh. It's a Rift Bolt. Oh my god, it's a Rift Bolt. And they're tapping out to do it. Alright, we're left with a funny decision again. I can counterspell this. I could just do it. But I could also pitch cast Force of Negation. And if they don't have like a 1 mana burn spell... Did they just play this land actually? Let me see here. Loyalty counter activates it turn 7. Nope, they have not played land yet. So if they have land and a 1-drop that could kill us, they've cast Lightning Bolt as their only 1-drop. So like if they have land, the chance that they have a 1-drop is like not nothing. And then them leading on Rift Bolt could be like a bit of a attempt at a gotcha. But if I pitch cast this Force of Negation and cast this Solitude, the game like comes to an abrupt end, I would say. That's really hard. All right, I'm going for all the beans in the bean can. I'm gonna exile this counterspell to Force of Negation this and hope they don't just like do anything. Oh my god, did that work? Oh, my life is so easy. Everything's always been handed to me. It's never been hard. I've never worked a day in my life. All right, here's a Solitude, dude. Oh, another one? Oh, my life is so easy. Okay. Attack you for 5. And then pick it back up. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's bad for you. Something funny I could do if they happen to have 5 points of burn damage. I don't want to do this, but I could hard cast Solitude and then pitch cast a Solitude to exile my own Solitude. Then obviously the play would be to draw Omnath. They're going to Bolt Teferi. Cold. But I get it. That happens. Another land. So what are you afraid of here? Searing Blaze? They don't leave Searing Blaze in this matchup, right? I guess we're going to find out. Alright, Solitude touching nothing. Oh my god, they left Searing Blaze in. Well, I guess that just happens. They're hellbent, but they've got a bunch of cracklands. Ooh, now it's dicey. That's a 1 ring. I guess we're just gonna cast it. That gives them 2 chances to just draw it. Let's draw a card of our own. Another 1 ring, not the greatest. I guess I was asking for too much by assuming my opponent took out their Searing Blazes. Ooh, Roiling Vortex. When does this trigger? So the ring triggers on upkeep, meaning I'm not sure if I can wiggle my way out of this. I guess I'll set a stop on my upkeep. Because technically there might be a way I can like use white cards and Solitudes to like keep my life just above where I need it to be. So I guess we'll let that resolve. And then go to my turn. And then with that trigger on the stack, I suppose I need to try to do something. So draw a white card would be an out. Assuming they don't have anything else. Let's try that. Okay, we draw a white card, meaning we can cast Solitude and then pitch cast a Solitude on my Solitude. Alternatively, we could untap our One Ring. That's gross, but we could untap our One Ring for 2 mana and then draw 3 cards and try to pitch cast Solitude and pitch cast the other Solitude, leaving up some type of interaction. Is that too greedy? I feel like at this point, if I do the Solitude line, I'm just dead to any spell from our opponent. Yeah, let's go for it. I don't think I can win this game anymore, but we're gonna try something like really weird. Okay, that gives me enough things to do it, but like no real payoff. So I guess we'll just go, yeah, we'll go Solitude, cast by exiling a white card from my hand. We'll pitch a Dovin's Veto. And then we will, oh wait, duh, I'm dead, I literally thought about that and forgot that Roiling Vortex kills me. So, dump. Alright, they're playing a bunch of Vortexes. I'm gonna play this time, so there's like some validity maybe to Chalice of the Void. Unlike 1. I think Subtlety is quite bad. So maybe like take out Subtlety, maybe take out like something else, maybe Reprieve's clunky. Although Reprieve notably does handle Firecraft for a turn. But I don't think we're bringing in 1 Chalice. I think if we're bringing in Chalice, we want 2. Yeah, I think we'll cut Subtlety plus Teferi for a pair of Chalice of the Void. See if that does us any good. Alright, we get to be on the play this time. First ever. Kihira, obviously. Opener has Counter Magic, Teferi, and lands. Like, we just can't answer a threat, like a creature-based threat. Meaning this could be quite bad. I'm never sure about these hands. Like, if I could make one of these lands a Prismatic Ending, home run hand, absolutely phenomenal. But since that's not the case, and like, Dovin's Veto, I guess I could pitch cast a Force, but like, I'm gonna get run over by any number of creatures. That's really hard. That's like annoyingly hard. I do not know if I'm supposed to keep this or not. I'm gonna mulligan this, but I feel like I could have kept this hand. Now I feel like I kind of wanted to. We're gonna keep this, obviously. This binding's like really bad. It's a 3-drop unless I draw some other land. I could drop a land, but I don't like doing that on the play. I'll drop this binding and like pray. Oh yeah, take the stop off of my own upkeep. Probably a good idea. All right, you're up. Okay, cool. They let on a Goblin Guide. At some point, we'll need to answer his Goblin Guide, and that first opening hand could not have done that, which would have been really bad, because then Guide deals 8 damage to you all of a sudden, and that's how you lose to burn. I love picking up an extra land here. We'll grab Rauren. Come on, good draw. Show me Prismatic Ending, please. Or I'd even take a Leyline Binding. Chalice of the Void. It wasn't on my list, but we'll do it. I forgot I sided that in, to be honest. Hopefully they have enough 1-drops in their hand where like, this is quite good. Roiling Vortex. Eidolon, they're playing... What is with these decks playing Eidolon? Has something happened when I wasn't looking? The One Ring entered revealed cards. Cool. I think we need to bounce this Goblin Guide with Teferi. We're unfortunately going to take some damage from the Eidolon, I think, right? 3 or less, yeah. But I think that's where we're at. We do need to not continue to just get beaten to death by this Goblin Guide. And by bouncing it, obviously, the Chalice will counter it if they try to cast it again. And with any luck, we'll find an Omnath soon. That's a Solitude. It's close. That's close to Omnath. And they probably need to consider this Teferi as something they might want to remove. Okay, they're playing a Vortex, which is something we're certainly going to need to Aether Gust, because we're looking at gaining life with the Solitude as being like part of the plan. Wow, they just did that, huh? They just cast that to lose 2 life? I love when my opponent does that. That was pretty sweet. Are they going to point this at me or Teferi? Me, okay. So they're ignoring Teferi, which means this whole Solitude plan is looking pretty good. We're unfortunately going to go to 10. Don't love that. It's an island. It's actually not the worst. We'll tick up Teferi. We'll play an island. And we'll make ourselves a 1 ring. And we'll pass the turn, I guess. What's really weird here is how do we want to sequence this Aether Gust? Because if we want to start gaining life off this Solitude, we need to get that Roiling Vortex out of play, or just hope they like haphazardly tap out, which I don't see happening. Hopefully this chalice is great. With any luck, this chalice is just awesome this game and we'll be fine. Take out my Teferi. Tracks. Another Roiling Vortex? Ugh. That's no good for us. Alright, we'll draw a card. Take a bunch of damage. Another Solitude. It's getting really dicey. That second Vortex beat us up pretty badly. So now I need to figure out, do I want to... I guess I can just start by drawing more cards with the ring. I could like draw cards with ring, replace ring with ring. But 2 Vortexes is like, that's kind of tough. I feel like I need to, yeah, I just needed to draw some cards. Pretty badly. Okay. Note to self, do not pitch cast Force of Negation, you will die on the spot. They go to 8, they're fetching. They're probably casting a spell, meaning they go to 6. Then they go to what, 4 off of their Roiling Vortexes? Yeah, I think we just lose this game, unfortunately. Oh, and it's a Lightning Helix. Ugh, that sucks. Ooh, this has just been unfortunate. I will keep the new one. So they go to 7, then 6. If they're smart, they just won't do anything for the rest of the game. Why are we tapping 2 mana? Are we thinking better of it? They're casting Skullcrack? Damage can't be prevented this turn. Skullcrack deals 3 damage to target player or planeswalker. Okay, what are you targeting, yourself? Cool. Do I have anything resembling a way out of this? Because now they're going to attack me for 2. Yeah, this is just tough. You know... Nope, I don't have a Zagoth Triumph in play. I was thinking, if I tapped this One Ring and drew Leyline Binding, that would be pretty good. Skullcrack themselves. I believe we're dead. I'm just making sure I don't have any routes to victory. No, I don't think that I do. I don't think like any sequence of spells pulls me out of this. I take 2 because damage can't be prevented. Let's put a stop on my upkeep and ponder. Alright. 1 to each, plus the ring. I can flash in Solitude and eat an Eidolon. But then after that, I can't, like, I could try to draw a white card with my One Ring, but the Roiling Vortexes will kill me for trying to do the thing. I could... The triggers are already in the stack, so Aethergust doesn't do anything. Ugh. This is stinky. I guess I'll draw my card. I already paid for the One Ring, I may as well draw my cards. Another Solitude. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we're just dead. We just have to let this happen. Ooh, rats, that was so close. Alright, round 3. We have the power of choice, which is cracked, so we'll take the play. Reveal Kahira, obviously. I love looking at the sideboard and seeing blood moons. It makes me smile every time. Alright, this hand can deal with turn 1 Ragavan. We have a land shortage, unfortunately. But 1 land gets us into Teferi. We're going to be using Windswept to get Ragran Triumph. I think this hand's fine. We can just never draw a land and die, but that's just the nature of this format, kind of. Or decks like this in this format. Some decks don't care about making their 3rd land drop. Ours is not one of those. Take the stop off my upkeep and make a Windswept Heath. Here we go. Our opponent is taking forever making a play. It's a good thing this is being edited and not streamed. I don't know how Aspiring Spike does this. Our opponent has been sitting here for 2 minutes and hasn't taken their first game action. Oh, Inspiring Vantage. Is this burn round 3? No way. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Alright, fine. Burn 3 rounds in a row. Teferi, we don't want that. I wonder how that crunching is in this microphone. We'll get Ragran. The nice thing about guides is that at least it informs my fetching a little bit. And we found a land. You'll have to see it. I've got a binding, so I guess I just get to do this, huh? Go. So annoying. I did not come here to play against Burn 3 times in a row. Ooh, Foil Sunbait Canyon. That's cool. Monastery Suspire. That's less cool. Alright, attack me. Let's see what Goblin Guide shows. Please not Omnath. It's not Omnath. Oh, it's an island. We just pull it to our hand. So now we get to fetch. I think we're just binding this Goblin Guide. Zagoth Triumph. Tap for white. Here's a binding. Figure it out. Bam. Boop. Now what, I go to 11 because they bolt me? Trigger prowess? Sure. Oh, they don't do anything. Cool. Skewer. Riftbolt. Wow. Great day to have a Teferi, huh? I think we'll just tick the Teferi up. I don't really super care about this Monastery Spear dealing 1 or 2 damage next turn. And to be honest, I want to do the thing with the Solitude. If nothing else, I'm getting great testing for the blue-white ring versus burn matchup. Is burn supposed to be really good against the metagame right now or something? I've never seen this much burn in one league. Well, they can't cast a spell because there's a Teferi in play, so I love that. Go to what, 14? If they put a Skewer on the stack, I'm 100% forcing it. I don't even care. Cool. No. Stop. Another one? Sure. My turn. Alright, this Teferi goes up. This island comes into play. This one ring is gonna beat you pretty badly. Cool. I guess I'll just take my card now because I can. Oh, another ring. Fancy that. Like, we don't have our 5th land yet, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna find it. The most annoying thing our opponent could do right now would be play Roiling Vortex. It wouldn't even really be the end of the world because I have a binding, but it would be annoying. Oh god, I feel like I'm going insane. This is the slowest burn player I've ever had the displeasure of playing against. It is bad. RKSGSN. I don't know how you pronounce that, but dude, play faster. Your deck is not difficult to pilot. I don't know why I'm complaining. I just get to sit here in my studio, eat Fritos flavor twists, honey barbecue. I put a lot of effort into this content. The modern stuff will be coming back pretty soon, by the way. I've got some stuff in the works. It's going to FNMs and recording modern gameplay is kind of, I'm not going to be able to do it every week. Lava Spike me, right? Are you Lava Spiking you? My Teferi? Okay, that seems pretty good. Are you going to finish my Teferi off? This is, like, I take this, because if they finish my Teferi off, they can't do it with just the Swiss Spear, so they need to cast another spell. And if they're doing it this way, that's great, because that means I just dodged, like, 9 damage. Attack Teferi for 2. Great. I just dodged 5 damage. Thanks, Teferi and the One Ring. Opponent, can you F6? There's a Teferi in play. You can't actually do anything right now. Hey, we found the land. We'll go up with Teferi. Play Flooded Strand. Call it a day. We don't really need to activate the ring. We can wait till last minute to make that decision. And right now, if our opponent wants to take out Teferi, they're going to have to do some stuff, which I'm cool with. They also haven't made a land drop in a couple turns, so I'm not... They need to find the land right now to be able to, like, burn spell Teferi, attack me, plus Searing Blaze, so I feel like I'm in a pretty decent spot. They put Lightning Bolt on this deck, targeting Teferi. I don't love that. They go to combat. I'm very likely going to go to 9 and just Solitude this thing. They don't even attack. That's surprising. I'm going to go to 9 and Solitude it still. Maybe they just click through combat by accident. Do you have a bolt for my Widow Solitude? Oh, they just conceded. Okay. I was wondering what they were up to there. Okay, I really do like Chalice. I just still don't think it's that good on the draw. So I'm going to continue doing what I've been doing, which is just Aether Gust, Dovin's Veto, Dovin's Veto, Dovin's Veto, in return for Subtlety, Narset, Narset. And what was the last one? A Supreme Verdict, I believe. Yeah, that seems to be working out fairly well. So we'll try that. Oh man, I'm on the draw. Oh, cool. They chose to play the game. Oh, review Kahira. And this hand is fine. I don't have very much counter magic, but if they have, like, I can deal with all of the permanents for the beginning of the game and then use Teferi and One Ring to try to stabilize. I like it. I'll keep this. They're mulling to 6. You'll love to see that from Burn. If Burn's mulligan into 6, I'll keep most 7s. They're mulling to 5. Okay, free win. Easy GG. Love to see it. Go to 4. Okay, cool. They don't go to 4. Bad news, chat. All right, open on Goblin Guide. Lava Spike, sweet. Okay, Force of Negation, pretty sweet pickup. We'll just go Scalding Tarn, probably get Ragran. Do the whole thing where our Leyline Binding is good. I will unapologetically pitch this Teferi to Force of Negation anything. Except for Roiling. I might just Binding a Roiling Vortex. They've got so few cards in hand, I might just Force of Negation the Vortex, actually. Yeah, I'm just going to force this. There we go. Cool. And now I will get Ragran Triome, and that's very cool. And then I will untap, And then I will probably get Zagoth after they pass to me. Let's go Omnath. Give me a copy of Omnath. Monastery Swift Spear. I can beat that with a Leyline Binding. Although in fairness, it might make more sense to just take the 1 and then Prismatic Ending it. I don't know. I could draw like a Teferi that I might want to play. Yeah, I probably just binding this. Because Prismatic Ending on a Roiling Vortex is almost as effective. Lava Spike me, okay. I'll go to 13, then 12, because I'm not taking this too. Yeah, man, I love the Triomes and Leyline Binding. They bring me a lot more joy than I feel like they should. It's pretty cool. Omnath? Wow. Oh, I didn't even need it. They conceded. Okay, so we played against Burn 3 times. We are 2-1 against it. Although for games, we're 5-2, so I feel like that is actually a pretty good representation of our matchup versus the deck. Alright, we do not have the power of choice this time. Due to our opponent's avatar, I'm going to assume we're playing against Fish. Although with my luck, it's just Burn again. The legendary No Lander. I can pitch cast 2 cards in my hand. We're not keeping it. 2 lands, Ring, Teferi, Narset. This hand is... Yeah, 3 lands, Ring, Teferi, Narset. This hand is not good. Like, this hand almost doesn't do anything. Until turn 3? Nah. No, we actually have to go to 5. It sucks, but we're going to 5. Alright, well, this hand also sucks, but we're keeping it because it has a land and spells. I think we'll find another 1 ring. And then... I guess... What? Teferi sucks? Maybe it's Omnath? I don't know. I actually don't know what to pitch here. I'm going to choose Omnath just because it's like not free and it costs 4. Try that. Don't love mulligan into 5. Makes me feel sad. Breeding Pool. Shock. Utopia Sprawl. What does that mean? Hey, we drew a land. Alright, Island. Will cost 3. Okay, it is Merfolk. I wasn't wrong. Yeah. We're, like, very likely to just pitch cast Solitude on this thing. Well, now we don't have to. I guess we need to be worried about Force of Negation, right? Yeah, I don't foresee this Teferi being very good. They only got 4 in hand. I think I am just gonna, like, very aggressively play around Force of Negation here. Feels weird to pitch cast this when we're on a mulligan solo, but Merfolk usually plays, like, 4 copies in the main, and I think this Sphylan ever attacking us is gonna be really bad. So we'll just try this. Hopefully they don't make us use our counter spell so we can go grab, like, Zagoth Trio and have a Leyline Binding up, and then the hand develops, like, kind of okay-ish. Another island. What is this? What costs 4? The 1 ring. You don't say. Do I counterspell this? I feel like I do. Yeah, I'm gonna counterspell this. We can still make Leyline Binding fine by getting Brooding Pool and shocking it into play. We could also obviously binding it, but they're in green, so I don't know if they play Besiege You or something. I'd rather that 1 ring just be in their graveyard. Another land. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I think we'll just pick up Kihira here and hope they don't have another ring. They play a land and pass, which is like not a show of strength. Okay, now we just have Subtlety up, so I feel like we're in a fine place right now for mulliganing to 5. I imagine they must have Force of Negation if they didn't have anything to do with that turn. Merfolk Trickster, sure. I'm not concerned with that. Okay. We can take a few hits from this Trickster. Delighted Halfling. Don't like that. We're just gonna actually hardcast this Subtlety. Boop, boop. They're very likely to bottom this. I can't imagine they want to draw their Delighted Halfling again. They bottom it. They pass to us. Wow. This is working out great. We can just play this. And then what? Can we... Oh, man, we can't get our Kihira into play and hold up Leyline Binding. But still, I think it's still better to just get the Kihira into play. Unless they have their own Subtlety. Because they play Subtlety as well. And if I just wait 1 turn to play the Kihira, I can do the things. So why don't we do that? I'll just go to combat. And then we end the turn. Another Trickster, that's pretty gross. Although it's not super bad, because, like, now we'll be able to resolve Kihira. leaving Ragran Triome up. We're going to go to 11 here. But we'll be able to resolve Kahira, then our subtlety will have vigilance, so it can just block these tricksters. I mean, you can use binding to take out any merfolk lord they put into play. Okay. That's just dead-ass Omnath. Huh. I guess we're just going to play the Kahira anyway as a subtlety test. Green this. Kahira. May I play this? They don't have subtlety. That's great news. Go to combat. Beep beep for 4. Bring it to 13. We win this race every time. Best draw next turn. Fetch land. Buy a lot. They do nothing. There's no way they attack here. Nope. Okay. My turn. That's not quite a fetch land. Let's go ahead and go to combat first. We'll get a little beep beep in there for 4. Bring him down to 9. And then I suppose we can try to resolve the Omnath. Because if they subtlety here, if they do have it, our subtlety blocks theirs pretty convincingly. So we'll go green, red, blue. Wait, that doesn't work. We'll go white, green, blue. Can I cast this thing? No, I can't. Right, because my only red and my only white are attached to Ragran Triome. Pass the turn. Yeah, we'll need to either get a Hallowed Fountain, Plains, or... Hallowed Fountain, Plains. Yeah, one of those. Or a Steam Vents into play. Master of the Pearl Trident, sure. They declare attacks. I tap for white and put Leyline Binding on the stack. Do you have Force of Negation? Still no. I exile Merfolk with the Pearl Trident. Oh, that's bad news for you. Besiju? They do have Besiju, okay. Look at me knowing things. Yes, I would love to get something. We'll grab a Hallowed Fountain. I don't believe we need a second red. So yeah, Hallowed Fountain does what we want it to. And then we'll just take 6 and go to 5, I guess. Like, I wouldn't say I'm happy about it, but... Alright. Go to our turn, we draw Prismatic Ending. The Omnath's cool. It's much more important that we deal with the Master. And we also have to like kind of hope they don't have another one. So maybe I'm going to start by dealing with Master, or trying to. And then I might also take out a Trickster as well. That way they can't like play another Master and just kill me on the swing back. So wait, we'll go to combat first. We'll cruise in for 7. Make it a whole issue. And then we'll go white, blue, prismatic, a Trickster. That way they can't just like rip Lord of Atlantis or Master of the Pearl Trident, cast it, attack for 6, we can't block. And pass. How do you win? Do we win on 5? 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 Is it correct? Is it tech nuts? To Thassa's Oracle. Excuse me? But can you stop me from killing you though? I guess let's go to combat first and just like see if they die. Figure this out. I don't know. Okay. 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 Oh my god, they have Otawara. That is hilarious. That happened. Okay, I'm gonna kill your Merfolk Trickster, I guess. And then what? Play Omnath? Yeah? Yeah. I'm just gonna play Omnath. I don't even care. Omnath. Scalding Tarn. I get to play Scalding Tarn. I'll gain 4. I'll fetch. Because I'd like to kill them, so I'll get an island. Yes. I will now tap for blue and cast this subtlety. I have no targets. Alright, opponent, figure it out. Yes, I know that I'm losing mana. Yay! Okay, we won on a mulligan to 5. Being on the draw helped. Rest in Peace is not good against fish, nor is Blood Moon. Dress Down isn't awful. Aethergust is pretty bad. Force of Vigor, not great. Our sideboard is dog shit against this deck, is what I can just say. I feel like Dress Down might not be bad. Wonder if they're playing Cavern of Souls. I'm really not sure what to take out. Maybe I just don't like want to make any changes. I could see like maybe a copy of Dress Down being better than like some other thing, like a Force of Negation. I'm gonna just be really light-handed because I don't think Rest in Peace is good. I know Blood Moon's not. Aethergust, no. Force, no. Chalice, no. Wear Tear, no. Dovin's Veto, probably not. Yeah, our deck just like doesn't We're blind to fish, which is probably a fine place to be. Oh no, we're on the draw again. Here's Kihira. Let's see if we can keep something higher than 5 cards. Huh. Well, as long as I don't see a cavern, this hand seems fine. Please don't play cavern. Yay. Are we going to get a thing to make an Aether Vial? Are we an Aether Vial deck, or are we going to Utopia Sprawl? Utopia Sprawl. Okay. Omnath, that's cool. Here's my land. Go. It looks like they're doing nothing, which is a little bit freaky. What if they Shadow of Doubt me right now? So be it. Do it. Shadow of Doubt me. Oh, you don't have it? Cool. Raugrin. Island. I could totally Prismatic Ending that Utopia Sprawl right now. I won't, but I could. I'm going to counterspell anything that they play. They don't play anything. Great. Okay, they found the land. Unfortunate. Tide Shaper. Please don't make my Ragran Triome into a, just an island. That'd be cool. Thank you. Flooded Strand. This is going swimmingly. You know, I think I'm going to Prismatic Ending that thing now. Because, like, I can still hold Counterspell up. There's no way they interact with this. If they force this, that's just hilarious. Yeah, dude. You got it. Okay, go. They actually just... What did they pitch? I gotta know. They pitched Violent of Sea and Sky to Force of Negation my Prismatic Ending, targeting their Utopia Sprawl. Which is like, there's no way that's right. Oh, cast anything? Check it out. No. Let's do a breeding pool for reasons. Stop. Cool. Yeah, whatever. Here's my ring. Bet you wish you didn't use your Force of Negation. Oh, it resolves. You didn't have a second one. Draw a card. Yeah, another ring. Rings find rings. It's kind of like expressive iteration. You cast ring, you have more rings, you never run out of rings. Therefore, you never run out of cards. Okay, yeah, you got it. Tide Shaper happens this time. I'm just going to draw so many cards that I'm not going to care. Yep. Draw 2. Cool. Play this. Go? The card advantage that the ring provides is just absolutely nuts. It is like... I'm actually flabbergasted. Oh, we won. Would you look at that? We won. Alright, they really didn't put up anything in the way of a fight, which I'm pretty happy about. Alright, let's see if we can clinch the 4-1. For anyone that's into this, I know it's a little bit low energy. I really want to focus on the paper gameplay, but I want to take this Neon Mushroom Magic the Gathering channel thing a little bit seriously. And in order to have a regular upload schedule, I'm going to need to start to make videos out of like the less sensational stuff. I play a lot of Magic Online and a lot of Arena, so you'll probably see some of that. Also, I kind of want to establish myself as like someone who anyone knows about before I start running my mouth. But like, I kind of want to do the, you know, talking about Magic the Gathering as a game and things that are happening and stuff too. But right now I feel like coming off the back of the stack, which is the only notoriety I have online, no one really cares what I think about what's happening with Magic, so I don't want to just run my mouth ad nauseum without like putting out some gameplay content first, I guess. This hand is like big stinky doo-doo. 2 Omnaths is just so bad, so we'll mulligan. They put a Gigantha into the zone. I'm going to keep this Pitches to Fury and hope to God I don't need to deal with a turn 1 Ragavan. Here's to hoping. Wooded Foothills Fetch is not a good sign. That means I might have to deal with a turn 1 Ragavan. Rats is a turn 1 Ragavan. I hate this. Alright, come on, Prismatic Ending. It's not a Prismatic Ending. It's bad. It's so bad. This is bad news. What we're going to do when they declare an attack with this Ragavan is we're going to fetch for Ragran Triumph so we don't get it hit by the Ragavan. Alright, Ragavan, do your worst. Okay, Windswept Heath. Cool. Thoughtseize, yeah, that's fine. None of these deal with your Ragavan anyway. This looks like it's a Wooded Foothills. I wouldn't be surprised if this is just Jund because they have a Gigantha. So there's no way it's Scam. With Gigantha, you can't play like Grief, Fury, Season Pyro. And if this is just Jund, this is probably going to be fine. We just got caught with our pants down with a turn 1 Ragavan. Opponent, the clear take here is Counterspell. Like, it's by a lot, I think. Unless your hand's just like Tarmogoyf, in which case maybe you take the Verdict. Wow, Jund just took Teferi Time Raveler. That's unironically surprising as hell to me. I mean, I'm gonna represent Counterspell because I feel like I have to. All right, do your worst, monkey. Please don't find the One Ring. I don't want to counterspell my own spell here. It's Omnath. Oh, they don't have a land drop. Okay, maybe things are gonna be okay-ish. We still can't deal with that Ragavan, so things are looking like not that okay-ish. I think we might be in like, I have to Supreme Verdict a Ragavan land, which I am not ecstatic about. On the bright side, if they're just missing every land drop, they might not be able to like cast any spell they get because they know about the counter spell, and then they'll just lose all their mana. Doesn't seem the worst. Reprieve, cool. Who cares? They found a land. Okay, now we're in deep doo-doo. What are they gonna do? Like play a Wrenn 6 and use this reprieve to force it through? Because that seems not bad. Stomping Ground, shock it in, Wrenn 6. That's the only thing that makes sense. Blue? What are you playing here? Is it Fable? Black, green. Dude. Nothing? Okay, cool. All right, we have successfully drawn a land every turn. Here comes Supreme Verdict, I guess. That feels dumb, but you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Luckily, Jund is like, unless they're on a Saga build, not super potent. So I may be able to get away with just like drawing the ring and be okay this game, but that's yet to be seen. What is my opponent doing with their mana? Dude, sort it out. Colligan's Command, is that what you're trying to do? Holy shit, dude. Are you good? It's a Colligan's Command. Cool, cool, cool. I will discard a land. All right, they're Jund Saga. Okay, so this is a real deck, a real matchup. Dashavan. That keep was suspicious. I feel like if I had a prismatic ending, they just had to concede the game, but I didn't, so they're good. Please don't be the One Ring. Please don't be the One Ring. Please don't be the One Ring. It's an island. I love that. Cool, Goyf. Yeah, who cares? You do what you gotta do. All right, cool. Show me something that's on a land. Rat, it's more lands. Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna take like a hit off this Tarmogoyf. Because I'm pretty sure I gotta counterspell this Ragavan if they re-dash it. Cool, no. I'm surprised they tapped the Urza Saga for that. One of the best things their deck can do is make constructs in this matchup. Oh, they have a second Ragavan. Cool, 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 cool. All right, Solitude, please, deck. Cool, they find Leyline Binding. I needed that. Subtlety is kind of like Solitude. I think we're definitely dead. I'm going to play Flooded Strand and pass, but I'm pretty sure we just die here. All right, are they going to make a construct? Okay, they're doing... I think I need to fetch here. Just in case they have Pithing Needle in their deck, I think I need to get an island. And then let this resolve. Being at 1 makes me feel uncomfortable. Pirate Spellbomb. Good night. Alright, we're super dead that game. That fell apart very quickly at the seams. Rest in Peace is actually like not that bad against Saga decks because they try to loop Saga with Wrenn 6, also Tarmogoyf. So I think I'm pretty interested in Rest in Peace. I'm pretty interested in Aethergust, and I'm pretty interested in Dress Down because it's a Saga deck. I could see Force of Vigor. This is going to be the maybe pile right here. Force of Vigor and Blood Moon. Probably not Veto. Maybe Wear Tear, probably Wear Tear, maybe Chalice. So the vetoes are the only like hard no's. And these are like big maybes. The Chalice is just because this deck does play like an above average amount of 1-drops. What's not that great in this matchup? Narset Parter Reveals. You're not that great. I feel like Force of Negation's a role player at best. I feel like Teferi, I can cut like 2 of those. As far as what else, I think I like most of my other cards. So maybe with that in mind, I just want like Wear Tear or Force of Vigor. I could see wanting the Force of Vigor as well, but I feel like since the only like thing they're doing that my Wear Tears and Force of Vigor care about is the Saga plan, that I'm not going to go too hard down that direction. I'm going to try just these cards. I think might be okay. Yeah, we'll try that. We get to be on the play. I'll reveal Kahira. All right, let's see here. His hand is fine. We can deal with Turman Ragavan. We have Counterspell and Dress Down Up. Verdict, sure. It's not like amazing, but it's pretty good. Here's Triumph. Go. Bloodstained Mire, fetch. Are we going to Thought Seize me or Monkey me? Okay, it's definitely Thought Seize. Probably takes my Binding, maybe my Counterspell. Maybe not the Binding, just, yeah, it's the Counterspell, because they probably have access to Haywire Might. So they just love to see a Binding. We'll still make a Misty. They can't do Blood Moon, they're a Saga deck. So we're just going to make our mana as perfect as possible and try to do the ring thing in this game. Which is going to involve finding a ring, unfortunately. If they dash Monkey here, I might... Is this Ren and 6? That's fine. I probably am still going to Binding the Ren and 6 to make them utilize a Haywire Might. So there's a Goth. Here's me eating your Ren and 6. A second Verdict is not what we wanted to draw at all. That sucks. We'll put a Hallowed Fountain into play tapped and pass. Urza Saga, cool, we have something for the Dress Down now. That's nice. Pirate Spellbomb, sure, we don't really care about that. We're happy to see that in their hand. Okay, what do we draw? It's Prismatic Ending! Which annoyingly can't hit Urza Saga. Very sad. Sad stuff. We'll just play this tapped and call it a turn. Ooh, Terra Sunder's pretty good. Luckily, we had the Prismatic Ending, so we're still not super stressed about this Ren and 6. They're not going to be able to, like, loop Saga with this particular Ren and 6, because I'll be able to get rid of it. Colorless. But they seem to not understand how good constructs are. But so be it. I will just deal with this Ren and 6 and probably take a hit from the Goyf. Maybe they're, like, super... Maybe they've been scarred by Dress Down. They're just not willing to extend in to the Dress Downs and Verdicts. You gotta go, though. Goodbye, Ren and 6. Okay. Hopefully they, like, either make a... They need to do something so I can, like, cash in these Verdicts. Otherwise, this hand is developed very, very poorly. Which you hate to see. They're making a construct. I'm not trying to get Pithing Needled here. Not that I think that they would do that, but, like, I'm just not playing with it. I'm gonna grab a Hallowed Fountain and put it into play tapped. And this gives me a nice little Verdict target. I wonder what they're gonna get. Maybe... Probably not Might. Springleaf Drum, maybe? Ooh, Mishra's Research Desk is actually nice. That's pretty good for them. Bloodstained Mire. Cruise in for 4. Sure. My turn. Land, please. Solitude's fine, too. Okay, but we do want a Verdict here pretty badly, so we'll just do it. White, blue, who cares? Goodbye, everybody. And then we'll just pass. This matchup is one where we really just want to find, like, every ring in our deck pretty badly. Like, if I can just start drawing a billion cards, and, like, if I can establish, like, an Omnath and just have it for, like, a couple turn cycles, the game ends pretty quickly, I think. That's a Ragavan. If they're dashing it, I think I'm pitch casting this Solitude. Solitude comes in, evoke, do that to you. You gain 2, my Solitude dies. I'm hellbent almost. Please, for the love of God, where's my ring? I'm so used to playing like Memory Deluge in this deck that it's like very weird that ring's my main source of card advantage. But it is just better card advantage. They buy Giganta. Really, nothing else to do? Wear Tear. Not what we wanted to draw, but we'll take it, I guess. I'm just going to pick up Kahira. They don't know this, but playing Giganta would like be not bad right now. Ren and 6, ooh, this is going to be bad. Alright, Ren and 6 is fine. Oh, they get Verdant Catacombs and not Urza Saga? That seems weird. I don't know why they would do that. This is getting dicey. I guess we'll just make a Kahira. Make them use their Spell Bomb on something. They fetch, go to 12, get Stomping Ground, put it into play tapped, so you're going to pop your bomb. They heat, sure. I need to look at the updated versions of Jund Saga, because like Chalice used to be a home run against this deck. I don't know whether it still is or not. Okay, Saga's fine. They sure are doing late game stuff. It's not great. Yeah, Jagantha's fine. Ugh. Ring. It's not a ring. This is very bad. I feel like we're probably going to die pretty quickly here. We'll play the game out. This is the last. If we do lose this game, it'll be the last game of the league, and I'd be pretty excited to like have an upset. But if we don't draw the ring like very quickly, or like Omnath in the land, I'm not sure how we come back from this game. We have drawn very, very poorly. I also wonder if maybe this is supposed to be a Blood Moon matchup, which I don't have enough reps with this deck to know whether that's the case or not. Ragavan. I think I'll Subtlety the Ragavan. Just because I need to start attacking this Wrenn and 6 too. Bloodstained Mire, they're going to get busy for 5. I don't have a choice, I'm just going to take it. They're going to heat my dude. That sucks so bad. Ring. Well, at the very least, I don't die to a Wrenn emblem. Prismatic, the Wrenn and 6, pass the turn, they probably make a construct. It's so funny that the game where I draw, is it both of them? Both Supreme Verdicts. Jagantha's just doing work. And that says a lot about how good the companions actually are. In any format you can play them in. That's just a 5/5 they wouldn't have otherwise, that they just get to pull out of the ether and put into play. I can't complain, I get to play Kahira as well, which synergizes nicely with my elementals. Okay, Pithing Needle naming what? The ring? Seems good. Teferi Time Raveler, excuse me? I would have named the ring, they must have a Haywire Might in their hand. Alright, here comes Dress Down. Draw me a ring, please. Not quite, huh? Fetch, go to 11. What can save my ass from this point? You know, I guess at this point, I might even prefer to draw an Omnath to a ring. How many Wrenn and 6s has this been? This is number 3? That's really tough. Yeah, that happens. Bye, Dress Down. My turn. Ring. It's Teferi. Jesus fucking... Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go... red, white, whatever, and I'm gonna cast both sides. I'm gonna destroy Pithing Needle and Urza Saga, I guess. And now I'm gonna play Teferi, because there's no longer a Pithing Needle on my Teferi. I'm gonna pick up that Jagantha so I can maybe survive for an other turn. Although I'm not hopeful, I think they literally have a Ragavan on top of their deck if they haven't fetched yet. Aether Gust, yeah, I think we're dead anyway, because if they still have that Ragavan, they can dash Ragavan plus Spellbomb me? Yeah. Yep, dash Ragavan. Yep. I'm not even going to make them show me. They just get me. They just get me. If they miss it somehow, then... No, they beat me. They did everything they needed to. Wow, that was unfortunate. I was really hoping to get clinch a 4-1 there. That was still pretty good though. Nothing wrong with a 3-1. I'll definitely be playing this deck more. Like, don't be surprised if in the next couple days you see just more videos of me jamming this deck on leagues. Just because there's some events coming up that I want to play this deck in, and I've been very in love with the ring. So for today, I wish I had recorded the one that I 5-0'd. That was sweet. I played against some Scam, some Rhinos, some... What was the deck? Another Jund Saga that I was able to beat that time, and some other stuff, and it was like Merfolk. I won that. I 5-0'd that league. This one was a 3-2, putting me at like 8-2 for the day, so I'll take that. 80% win rate seems really, really good, even though it's not 80%, because most of my games that I won were 2-1. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time.